Gamers hate stupid AIs. Artificial intelligence should avoid stupidity at all cost. But what is stupidity? Carlo Cipolla classifies individuals in 4 categories by its way of thinking: stupid, helpless, intelligent, and bandit. These labels depend on how the person values getting any benefit in relation to others obtaining it. The intelligent obtains self-benefit while giving benefits to others, but the stupid obtains no self-benefit while giving others no benefit at all, or in the worst case, causing some sort of harm. Bonhoeffer's phrase, "stupidity is a more dangerous enemy of the good than malice," is another way to view this. By not chasing a clear goal, the stupid is unpredictable and as such, difficult to control. If you want to maximize the enjoyment of your players, dealing with an unpredictable artificial intelligence will end up in frustration and anger. Even though this could be useful from time to time, especially in games that chase those kind of emotions to test patience and resilience, as a general rule of thumb, it won't work. Having said that, where do these types of intelligence fit into? It will always depend on the intention we have behind it, but we can make some basic takeaways thinking a little bit more about which character role matches with each type of intelligence. Let's start with the helpless. It benefits others while it won't benefit itself, or even doing more harm than good. This is the kind of behavior you could expect from an altruism character or some kind of hero. This hints us the main use of the role it's most used in: an ally. But what could happen if we use it as part of the enemy troops, just to have an infiltrated ally to make the game more complex? Or a merchant that is kind enough to make a discount if he sees the trouble we are stuck in? You can already see where this is going. These 4 categories are just points of reference to help the game build a specific climate, but are not set in stone. Next in the list, the bandits. The bad guys. Those who want to win at any cost. It's obvious that usually in video games you face characters that fight against you, and this is the kind of intelligence they best fit into. But there is a catch. Enemy AIs are not strictly bandits. They switch between being bandits and pure intelligent behavior. True evil behavior, according to our new categories, implies you can't benefit others. This is pretty interesting because it means that a soldier character with this kind of intelligence could never use a tool that could benefit both sides. Throwing a smoke grenade in a shooter game reduces your visibility, but it also generates additional cover. This kind of action could not be present in a bandit toolbar. Intelligents are the least appealing of all. They look for win-win situations, increasing everyone's position. Depending on the difference between what they get out of the action and what their opponents receive, they can achieve a victory. But this is also the reason why they are so complex to design, because if they give more than what they receive, they will dig their own tomb. If the trade is completely equal, they could perpetuate a draw. An intelligent character is usually your best bet. It can fit an ally, an enemy, or a neutral NPC. But this also means they could be frustrating to interact with. An intelligent ally won't sing with you after a bad decision, because put itself in danger to save you is not a fair trade. The opposite can be frustrating as well, because an intelligent opponent won't let openings for you to capitalize on. Without a doubt, these types of intelligence have to find where they belong inside each game. But the stupids can be the best and the worst move of a developer. Lacking any common sense, this kind of AIs will run through hell just to worsen your position in game, without you having any good way to deal with that as a player. These kind of characters can be great, but they also need a carefully made design. In the zombie wave genre, zombies have little to no advantage. Usually they are not the main enemy, but more like a hazard that adds pressure to the situation, forcing the player to take action and avoid boring strategies. In this kind of games, stupid zombies are pretty weak, but numerous, while intelligent zombies are the opposite. As I see it, the most interesting thing to do, and what it usually happens, is to play with these categories to create variety inside the game. If a game has a lot of enemies at once, maybe it is a good idea to stick with archetypes, and let hybrid intelligence for those experiences where there are less actors involved. Hybrid intelligences are those who have no such strict restrictions in their behavior. In certain areas they can decide like a stupid, in others like bandits, and so on. This can help with game balance. If an enemy is patrolling too efficiently, force him to whistle while doing so. Giving information to the player for free could lead to enough openings for the player to make the victory achievable. This could also allow giving another flavor to difficulty settings inside the same game, but that could make an entire video on its own. Hybrid intelligences are made of actions with consequences for its owner and others. Both consequences can be beneficial, neutral, or harmful. From here, we end up with a table that categorizes behavioral units and can help us designing characters. Coming back to the smoke grenade example, this is an action that benefits both sides. This can help us to identify what role has each action and have an approximation of the type the intelligence has in our more strict model. Designing an artificial intelligence is a complex topic. Beyond direct implications, there are a lot of things you should have in mind, so it doesn't worsen the experience or destroy the player in the process. Maintaining coherence inside the virtual world at the same time you present an interesting challenge is a challenge of its own. Do you think of any idea about artificial intelligence that goes beyond these categories? Which is your favorite type of enemy? Leave me your opinions in the comments. Have a good day, and I'll see you here in the blink of an eye.